Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "When you rise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." But sometimes life takes unexpected turns. The job we loved becomes a drain. Relationships that gave us life start to suffocate us, and dreams we held dear turn into burdens. It's during these moments that the Stoic wisdom of knowing when to walk away resonates deeply. I'm the host. Each week on this show, we explore ancient philosophies that can help us live better and more meaningful lives. And today, we're delving into the Stoics' approach to knowing when to walk away, why it's crucial, and how we can do it with grace and courage. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our new episodes. In our modern context, the phrase walk away often carries a negative connotation. It's associated with giving up, with failure, and with retreat. However, the Stoics saw it differently. They viewed walking away as an act of strength, wisdom, and self-respect. In fact, they believed that sometimes it was the most courageous thing one could do. The first step in the Stoic approach is understanding the difference between what is in our control and what is not. This is the famous dichotomy of control, a concept introduced by Epictetus and further developed by his student, Musonius Rufus. Epictetus, as he was commonly known, emphasized that we should not expend our energy worrying about things that are beyond our grasp. Instead, we should focus our attention on what we can influence, our thoughts, our choices, and our actions. This principle helps us detach from outcomes, from the whims of others, and from situations that we cannot alter, freeing us to make decisions based on what is right rather than what is easy or expected. Epictetus goes further, saying, "It is not things that upset us. It is our judgment of them that upsets us." He was pointing out that our emotional distress is not caused by events themselves, but by our interpretation of those events. This idea is pivotal in helping us discern when to walk away. It's not the situation, the job, or the relationship that troubles us. It's our belief about the situation, our perception of it, and our attachment to specific outcomes within it. These beliefs and attachments often stem from our fears of being alone, of not succeeding, or of disappointing others. Consider the person who holds on to a job that has become toxic and draining. Maybe they've been at this job for years, and although it no longer fulfills them or brings them joy, they can't bring themselves to leave. Why? Because of their perception of it, because of their beliefs and attachments. Perhaps they believe they'll never find another job as good as this one. Perhaps they're attached to the stability it provides, to the status it grants them, or to the sense of duty they feel towards staying. These beliefs and attachments cloud their judgment, making it difficult for them to see that walking away could be the best decision for their well-being and growth. Seneca tackles this issue of attachment head-on. In his letter 93 of his moral letters to Lucilius, he writes, "We complain that our present condition is not good, but that is because we compare our present with our past. Everything would be pleasant if we did not make it relative to something else. For what is there to prevent us from saying that this too shall pass? What is the harm in saying that?" Seneca understood that our attachment to certain conditions makes us miserable. We hanker after what we have lost, and we fear losing what we possess, forgetting that both are temporary. This relentless tide of desire and fear keeps us trapped, unable to appreciate the present moment and sabotaging our ability to make wise decisions. The Stoics recognize that sometimes walking away is not an act of surrender, but a conscious choice to align oneself with one's values, principles, and goals. It's a deliberate step taken to preserve one's integrity, mental peace, and personal growth. This perspective challenges the conventional view that equates walking away with defeat or quitting. It encourages us to confront our fears of being alone, of failing, or of disappointing others, and to prioritize our inner harmony and self-respect. Musonius Rufus exemplified this idea. He was a Stoic philosopher who lived during the 1st century AD and was renowned for his practical approach to philosophy. He encouraged his students to apply Stoic principles to everyday life and to use them as tools to navigate the complexities of human relationships. One of his key teachings was that we should be prepared to walk away from relationships that no longer served our purpose or brought us happiness. He believed that just as we prune dead branches from a tree to allow it to flourish, we should be willing to sever ties with people who hindered our growth or caused us emotional pain. His approach, while radical for his time, resonated with the Stoic principle of non-attachment and the importance of preserving one's inner peace. But how do we put this into practice? How do we discern when to walk away? In relationships, when a partnership no longer nourishes your soul but drains it, when a friendship brings more toxicity than joy, or when family ties cause more pain than comfort. When you feel compelled to stay, but your intuition screams that it's time to go. In your career, when a job that once ignited your passion has turned into a monotonous grind. When a business venture that you poured your heart into has lost its meaning. Or when a career path you diligently pursued no longer aligns with your values and aspirations. When you question whether it's worth sacrificing your time, energy, and mental health for a job that no longer fulfills you. In our personal lives, when habits, addictions, or toxic behaviors have taken root and refuse to let go, when negative thought patterns hold us captive, or when fear and doubt paralyze our potential. When we struggle with the urge to keep fighting for something that seems increasingly futile, the Stoics offer a guidepost, the idea of amor fati, or the love of fate. This concept, central to Nietzsche's philosophy, encourages us to embrace whatever circumstances life throws our way with dignity and determination. By cultivating this mindset, we empower ourselves to walk away from situations that cause us suffering or hinder our growth with a lighter heart. And yes, it's hard. Walking away is rarely easy. It often requires immense strength and courage to leave behind what is familiar, even if it's painful. But as the Stoics taught us, it's in these moments of difficulty that our true character is revealed. So as you stand at the crossroads of uncertainty, contemplating whether to walk away, remember the Stoics' timeless wisdom. Embrace the dichotomy of control. Challenge your perceptions and beliefs. Let go of attachments. Prioritize your inner peace and self-respect. Love your fate and be prepared to walk away with grace, knowing that you are not giving up, but rather growing. You are not retreating, but realigning yourself with your core values and aspirations. You are not failing, but evolving. You are not abandoning, but integrating. In this integration, you discover a deeper understanding of yourself, a stronger sense of purpose, and a more profound appreciation for the journey that lies ahead. Walk away, not out of weakness, not in defeat, but in strength, in wisdom, and in alignment with your true self.